Let's roar, Wildcats. Okay, so, hi everybody. My name is D. Wesley, and you are at the Lazy Brown Productions channel. And today, I'll be doing a Tubi Adventures, where I'll be going down a Tubi hole, where I will be reviewing Wildcats. It's episode 4. It's episode 5. I'm reviewing episode 5 today. Okay, good. I just wanted to kind of cut that in there. But yeah, go ahead, finish watching. This episode is pretty much talking about Grifter and his past. Grifter's an interesting concept because I've seen out of all the Wildstorm characters, it feels like he's the one being used the most in the new DC universe when they combined it all. And that's understandable because it feels like you could just mesh him up with pretty much anybody. But yeah, so it starts off where Grifter is outside with Jacob, the Wildcats founder or funder, and they're pretty much waiting for Grifter's old friend to break out of the maximum security. And apparently you find out in the episode that they were former thieves that went around, whatever. No, they were former thieves. Jake was saying, like, Grifter's friend can't do it. It's maximum security. Nobody can break out. And Grifter said, like, I drained him. And trust me when I say this, if I could get out of this and I taught him, he could get out of it. So eventually, Jacob eats his words. They placed a bet on it, which Jacob lost. And you found out that Grifter's old friend had pretty much escaped and met up with him. Grifter set him up for a job working with Jacob on security systems. So Grifter's friend sits up here and says something along the lines of, hey, I've been thinking about securities, what they can do, and go from there. The Daemonites are trying to break in, or Hellspawn is trying to break into the most secure facility to get these lenses. The lenses are perfect for their satellite so they can pinpoint this thing called the orb. I don't think they explain too much of what the orb is supposed to do, but I digress. So as we move forward, we find that Lonely meets the Wildcat, and unbeknownst to him, the Daemonites managed to plant a chip on him to kind of follow him into the Wildcat's base, to kind of track him. So Lonely, as he's meeting and talking with the Wildcats, Jacob still doesn't fully trust him, as him being an ex-con and everything like that. But Grifter's always there to kind of defend him, saying, look, I would have been in Lonely's space. Yeah, I would have been in Lonely's place if not for the Wildcats. I messed up plenty of times, but I came back and found my way. So he's just trying to do the same thing that Jacob did for him, which is give him an opportunity, give Lonely an opportunity. So as we see, they kind of I thought the episode was going to the way of nobody trusted Lonely. They kind of find out that he's actually working for Hellspawn. So now when he really wasn't. But the episode does a nice little twist. I have to give it this one. So as they go, they find the tracker and they sit there and say, your friend was tracked, and I don't think he knew about it because it's too obvious and he wouldn't have had time like that. So they said, okay. So they kind of set up a little trap because they say, like, well, since the Daemonites now know that we're trying to plan, not a heist, but the Daemonites know that we're trying to beef up security, we can now set this up as a trap for the Daemonites. And Grifter's like, all right, cool. But you want to know something? When this is shown that my friend is innocent, then we're good. I don't want to hear nothing else about the matter. You see that Grifter really does look after this guy as a little brother, as a very dear, good friend, and everything like that. Because he trained him. So fast forward, they do the action scene where they start breaking into Halo Tech. Halo Tech. They break into Halo Tech. And as they're breaking into Halo Tech, they're sitting there going through the systems, like actually legit doing a live action demo of how to break in. And as they're doing it, like he said, well, they could do this to make the system better, fortify this. And as they break in, of course, here come the Daemonites. So not Cole, my bad. I'll kind of find out Grifter's name is Cole. we've come to find out that Lonely is asking Grifter, like, what are these guys after? Like, what's up with this firefight? And Grifter's like, these are the Dynamites, these are the bad guys, they're after that lens. So Lonely grabs the lenses as the fighting's going on. He goes ahead and dips, and him and Grifter go ahead and dip on out, because if they're after this, then it's best to keep it on us. That way, during the fight, if something happens, at least we have it safe and secure. And it's not a bad plan. It really is not. Better plan would be not to have it there if you already know they're coming. So with that in mind, they go ahead and they do an escape plan. Lonely and Grifter. Lonely is Grifter's best friend. If I didn't make that clear, I apologize. So eventually they meet the Dynamites, and lo and behold, Lonely betrays Grifter. And he goes ahead and sides with the Dynamites. So Grifter's like, he has to be possessed, and Voodoo tells him he wasn't possessed. I'm sorry, but he wasn't. Then he's like, then I gotta go get him. So Lonely, Grifter's best friend / his protege, betrays Grifter. We find that luckily the Wildcats weren't too far behind, and they managed to catch up, and they started following Lonely after he went with the Dynamites. So as they go, they land at this apparently it was formerly an abandoned military base. So they went across the security system, and that's when Grifter found out that my protege Lonely had created. He must have given it to Hellspawn, aka the Dynamites. So after everything that happened, they come face to face. Grifter managed to get past the security system, take it down. Wildcats eventually were able to get in there, and Grifter meets up with Lonely and Hellspawn. And he says like, hey kid, look, if you give it up now, come back to us, do your time, we could give you another chance. Lonely's like, I'm not doing that. You lost your edge. Why would I do that? I can make money. Hellspawn came to me, and no, I'm doing what I'm gonna do. So Grifter gets captured, and they're going to kill Grifter or have him possessed. And Grifter tried to explain to Lonely that these aren't the guys you want to do this type of thing with. He says that because literally within the next 2 or so minutes, they kind of try to kill Grifter. And Lonely said that was a part of the deal. Oh, surprise, surprise. They don't keep their word. You know, they're evil guys. So they get into a tussle. Lonely manages to get Grifter free, but the unfortunate side though is now he became possessed by Hellspawn, or I would say the Dynamites. They escape, and there's nothing else that they can do. Grifter feels defeated. He goes like, they got the lens, and I just lost my friends. And that's when Jacob kind of comes in and goes like, oh really now? Ching, shing, shing. And with that, he says like, no, I just switched it out. Like, I knew something was going on, so I figured might as well just go ahead and swap out the lens for a fake one. So when the Dynamites try to use the lens with the satellite blows up. So I was like, okay, I see what you did. Overall, I actually enjoyed the episode. On that episode, he was the one that thought of the whole idea of honestly being a double, triple agent. And setting it up so that way he doesn't arouse suspicions, but at the same time, though, it looks like he's being set up. And honestly, I have to give this episode probably a 7.7 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. But that was that. I recommend watch it. This was pretty solid stuff. I liked it a lot more than I liked the previous episode. But I will say, actually, I ain't got nothing to say. This is pretty much it. Thank you so much for listening to me. But overall, tell me what you guys thoughts. Tell me your ideas, and I will talk to y'all later. Disappear. Peace.